We are here to discuss the incident that occurred on Friday, February 19, 2016, at the time of approximately 11:30. Our witnesses will consist of April Walker and Detective Sylvester Smith. April will state the background of what happened before the incident, and Smith will speak as a second witness of the events that unfolded that night. The evidence will show that on the 19th, the defendant was located at the Spaghetti Grill restaurant. After making multiple derogatory remarks in the restaurant, the defendant proceeded to punch April in the face, causing bleeding from broken nose. In addition, the motive for this act lies in the testimony of the defendant. He states that on that night, he purposely went to the restaurant so that April see him and his new girlfriend. The accused not only harmed a woman, but traveled to the personal workplace of the victim to cause anger and jealousy. As one writer once wrote, one who seeks out strife for revenge should not claim innocence. The definition of aggravated battery is when a defendant intentionally or knowingly causes bodily harm, permanent disability, or permanent disfigurement. As the victim now has a crooked nose from the attack, which is classified under disfigurement, I ask that at the conclusion of this case, the jury find the defendant guilty of the charge. Thank you. That is all.
Thank you, counsel. State, do you have the motion? Defense. Thank you. You can sit.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. My name is Stephen Bader. I represent Ricardo Roberts. The state wrongly charged my client with aggravated battery. He was merely acting in self-defense as a result of the actions of April Walker. The evidence will show that April Walker threatened Ricardo Roberts in the past and once pinned him against a wall. On the day of the incident at the Spaghetti Grill, April Walker insulted Mr. Roberts' girlfriend, Sabrina Hooper, and then Miss Walker intentionally poured hot french fries on Mr. Roberts, causing him much pain. Mr. Roberts and Miss Hooper left the restaurant and started to walk to the car. Miss Walker then walked up behind them. Mr. Roberts raised his fists to protect himself from harm if Miss Walker attacked. Miss Walker then punched Mr. Roberts 5 to 6 times in the face and neck. Miss Hooper stepped in to stop the fight and took Miss Walker's arm. Mr. Roberts swung to protect himself and his girlfriend from further harm. The defense will call 2 witnesses to the stand today. The first witnesses, Sabrina Hooper, will prove that Mr. Roberts acted in self-defense. The second witness, the defendant, Mr. Roberts, will prove that he was threatened by Mrs. Walker in the past and acted in self-defense. So when you review all the evidence, including such things as the testimony of Ricardo Roberts and his girlfriend Sabrina Hooper, and consider such things as the sizes and physical abilities of Ricardo Roberts and April Walker, we will see that the state failed to prove its case beyond a reasonable doubt. Thank you.
Thank you, counsel.
The state calls April Walker to the stand.
Ms. Walker? Counsel, for the record, please state your name.
Brooke Boyd. Your Honor, please state your name and occupation for the record.
April Walker. I work at the Spaghetti Grill.
Do you go to college?
Yes.
What college do you attend?
I attend Broward Community College.
For how many years have you been attending this college?
I'm in my second year.
So what's your majors?
I major in physical education.
Any extracurriculars?
Yes.
What are those extracurriculars?
Basketball, volleyball, and soccer.
Are you the captain of those teams?
Yes.
How tall are you?
6'2".
What do you do outside of school besides extracurriculars?
I work out with the Scuddy David Club.
What is your relationship with the defendant?
He's my ex-boyfriend.
How long did you guys date?
We dated for about 3 years.
When did you guys break up?
At around February of 2016.
If you don't mind me asking, why did you guys break up?
Ricardo became quite bossy and controlling.
To the best of your knowledge, why do you believe that he acted like this?
Because his friends would make fun of him because I was bigger than him, and they called him a wimp.
And are you aware when Ms. Hooper and Mr. Roberts started dating?
I'm not aware.
Can you please tell the court what happened on February 19, 2016?
They came to the restaurant, and they were being quite picky
snarky and condescending towards me as I was their server. And I did follow them out of the establishment, and Ricardo came at me, and he looked quite threatening, so I decided to defend myself. And my hands were held by my sides, and I was punched in the nose, which was broken.
So why do you believe, to the best of your knowledge, why do you believe he was acting this way? Ricardo.
Maybe to make me jealous or show his new girlfriend off and be more dominant.
Can you please state how Ms. Hooper was acting that night?
Arrogant.
Did he at all threaten you?
Yes.
In your statement, it says that Ricardo raised his fist and said, "You're lucky you are working." Is this true?
Yes.
At this point, after this all happened, you followed him out of the establishment?
Yes.
And how did you try to defend yourself?
I punched him.
And Sabrina was with you this whole time?
Yes.
What was she doing?
She stood by Ricardo for some time, and then she came by me and held my arms down by my side.
Can you explain your injury you sustained during this?
Yes, I was punched with his right hand, and my nose is slightly to the right of my face.
Thank you, Ms. Walker. That will be all your honor.
Thank you, counsel. Ms. Walker, you may step down from the stand. I'm sorry. You're going to be cross-examined by the defense. Counsel, please state your name for the record. I'm sorry?
Martina.
Martina?
Good morning, Your
Good
Honor.
morning, counsel.
My name is Bob Philly.
Yes. Brass?
Isn't it true that before the incident, you could already threaten Mr. Roberts?
Yes.
You pinned him to the wall, correct?
Correct.
Didn't you pour the extremely hot fries into Mr. Roberts' lap, burning him deeply?
Maybe not burning me deeply was my intent.
According to your statement, you did send a text to your coworker of you comparing yourself to Mr. Roberts and calling him a wimp.
Yes.
Isn't it true that you followed Mr. Roberts stomping and growling to the parking lot?
Not growling, but I did follow him out of the establishment.
But according to Mr. Roberts' statement, you did growl at him.
Well, I don't think I did.
Okay. Couldn't this whole situation have been avoided if you had just ignored Mr. Roberts or served another table?
I feel like there was some fight on both of our parts, but I don't think the situation could have been completely avoided.
But still, maybe if you had served another table, the results could have been different, correct?
Correct.
Didn't you throw the first punch?
Yes, but in self-defense.
But you didn't just punch him once or twice, you punched him repeatedly, correct? Isn't it true that you're friends with Detective Smith?
Yes.
Didn't you mention your relationship with Miss Roberts to Detective Smith?
Yes.
Don't you think he might only be defending you because he's your friend?
There could be some assumption of that. Yes.
Okay. But don't you think that friends would never go against each other?
Yes.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Thank you, counsel. Now, you may step down.
The state calls Detective Sylvester/Smith to the stand.
Shucks, you're going to tell the truth. Okay. And please state your name for the record, counsel.
Carolina,
Carolyn, thank you.
please state your name and occupation for the record.
My name is Sylvester Smith, and I work as a detective at the Beach City Police Department.
And how old are you?
I'm 50.
What were you doing at the Spaghetti Grill on the night of February 19th?
I was serving as private duty for the restaurant.
And who offered you this private detail?
Well, me and the manager of Spaghetti Grill were way back as friends, and he offered me the position.
And did you notice any conflict between April while she was manning any of her tables?
No, not until Mr. Roberts entered the restaurant.
And while Mr. Roberts was leaving, did anything happen between him and April?
Yes, April followed him out of the establishment.
And you followed April out to see what was going on, correct?
Yes, because it did seem to have some friction between the two.
And what caused you to start running toward April?
Well, when I exited the establishment and I saw what was going on, I saw her falling back. So I noticed that there was something going on, and I ran towards her and to help her and to stop the situation from going on.
And what did April look like?
She had a bloody nose, and you could see that her nose was slightly tilted to the right of her face.
And what was Miss Hooper doing?
Miss Hooper was hugging Mr. Roberts, saying that, oh, she's jealous, and she started it.
And what was Mr. Roberts doing?
Mr. Roberts told Miss Hooper to shut up, that he's a cop.
And what did Mr. Roberts look like?
Mr. Roberts had multiple red marks on his face and his neck.
No further question.
Thank you, counsel. Thank you, Denise. Now you'll be cross-examined by the defense. Counsel, please state the name of the record.
Felipe.
Thank you, sir.
Name of Ron Freely.
Yes.
Isn't it true that you were being paid that night to work undercover by the restaurant's owner?
That is correct.
Isn't it true that you were already fired from one job before by doing that in another agency?
Objection? Lack of foundation, Your Honor?
I'm going to overrule that, counsel.
Okay.
You may proceed.
Isn't it true you already